The Newcastle Knights season review 2023, the one-man band, the one-man show. It's all about Kalyn Ponga, the gun, the star of the show, who at the mid-season, everyone was talking about he should retire. He thought about retiring himself. The head knocks. Absolute disgrace that he was told to, well, basically he wanted to play 5'8", should have been pushed to stay at fullback. Now he will be fullback from now on. Outstanding Kalyn Ponga, wins the Dally M. Controversy over that, but to be fair, he had a great run and well-deserved Kalyn Ponga. But yep, the Newcastle Knights obviously had a season where Adam Obrien was going to be sacked, to be now he's been resigned. What a crazy ride the Newcastle Knights had in 2023. It was absolute overachievement for the Knights. Impressive. Let's get to it. The season review of the Newcastle Knights. Yes, the completion rate of this team over the season was 75%. This was impressive. Their points for, it's 25 against 19. They really started to push, especially in the end of the season. They really pushed it out. But their defense has improved, and that's what gives them a chance going forward. Top point scorer, Ponga 128, probably would have got the top point scorer if he was playing all those earlier games in better form. Dominic Young, outstanding with 23 tries, I think. Second on the list behind Jermaine Asako. The best player of the season, clearly Kalyn Ponga in the end. Rookie of the year. To be honest, they didn't have much to choose from here, but Dylan Lucas gets Rookie of the Year. Well, as said in the prelude, it's all about the seasons. The first half of the season, they were down and out in the dumps, in the cellar dwellers. Adam Obrien was looking for the exits. The hierarchy were looking at the exits for Adam Obrien, but basically Ponga just turned it around like that. Boom! Ponga. They had the 5'8" experiment for the second time. It will not happen again. But it all turned around. Yes, it did. It all turned around big time. When they took on the Bulldogs. 66 points to 0. That was their win. They got them on the roll, and they just kept on rolling. Beating the Storm, the Raiders, the Sharks, all on the way to the finals. They, boom, put it in, and they were booming at 10 in a row. Absolutely flying as they got into the finals. 9 in a row. Then they beat the Canberra Raiders. But then it all ended in despair against the Warriors in the semi-final. So, yes, but Kalyn Ponga had an outstanding year. It was absolutely outstanding. He was a gun. Very good performance from him this season. Well, the end of the season. Pulling out of Origin was absolutely a masterstroke from him. It was outstanding. He played well. Question mark, will he get back in? Because Billy Slater really loves Reece Walsh, and you got Ben Hunt and Harry Grant still, but there will be a chance when Ben Hunt retires, which can't be too far away. But yeah, that's the question mark on what's happening there. But what positives? Well, it was always positives they were Bradman Beast making New South Wales. That was a positive. Phoenix Crossland went to another level. Absolutely had to with the injury to Jaden Brayley. Outstanding from Phoenix Crossland. He had his best year by far. Lachlan Fitzgibbon is out the door. Some people are celebrating that, but I think he's been a very good stalwart of this club for quite a while, even when they're struggling. Tyson Frizzell bounced back to his mighty best. But on the opposite side, who struggled? The Safidi brothers. Not sure what's happening there, but and they're not playing for Fiji. I mean, this is pretty sad situations that these guys aren't playing. But yes, very much an interesting, so they need to improve. Obviously, a bit of an issue they had at the end of the season, even though Adam Clune did a great job. Jackson Hastings' injury sort of curtailed their chances maybe of making at least the preliminary final. Even though Adam Clune did his job, but like Jackson Hastings had been a very good stalwart for Ponga this season. So it's going to be interesting to see how that goes going forward with Jackson Hastings. Because obviously at the start of the season, he got kicked out by the Tigers. He was able to get another role here at the Knights. And he obviously won that battle out of those two. out of the John Bateman saga. John Bateman, I don't know what happened to him this season. He only tackle well, but really he was not at his level best. So they need a lot of work, the Tigers. But getting back to the Knights, where do I see them going forward? They're losing Dominic Young, the strike winger. That's going to be a big loss. Jack Cogger comes. Yeah, I'm not sure there's a lot of upside. Now, they got Kalen Ponga, absolutely, but outside of that, there's some good players in the Muxie, but they don't have any other X factor in the team apart from Ponga. So again, they're relying on Ponga to get it done, and that's not what you want. They need to find someone else that can take the pressure off Ponga. Jackson Hastings does that, but they need a number 6. I think that's probably their biggest. You could argue a 9 as well. I think it's crossing to this job there. Probably a number 6 would really, like a Dylan Brown type player. If they got someone like that, a Cameron Munster, then this team is really skyrocketing towards a grand final. But without that, I just don't see the improvement. I think they overachieved in 2023. I know Ponga's a very good player, and if he plays all season, that they can do something. But just as an overall squad, I don't think they're strong enough against the top teams, and I think that's was proven against the Warriors. And the Warriors are a similar team, which I'll talk about later. They need to go up to another level if they want to be better, but they're improving their roster, where the Knights maybe are getting weaker without Dominic Young. So that's probably the question mark the Newcastle Knights have, is can they replace the Dominic Young player and find improvement in their overall squad. But anyway, that is the Newcastle Knights. Just a little bit of talk about the season review of how they went. I've got question marks over next season. They might go backwards again, depending. Obviously, Kalen Ponga plays most of the games. They will be in the finals probably, but he has to continue to play this way. If he goes back to his old ways, be inconsistent, then we'll be back to square one for Newcastle Knights and then Obrien. We'll go through the merry-go-round again. We will see, but have a great day out there.